真空
Hey, what's going on, everybody? System Cycle here with Chris.
What on, y'all?
Today we want to talk about something that's trending right now, something that's like very hot, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
And as you may have guessed it from the title of this video, it's basically what Kanye West said about Jordans. And basically what Kanye West said was the fact that Yeezys jumped over Jordan.
Jumpman.
Jumpman,
Yeah.
okay, jumped
Yeezy
over
the Jumpman.
Which means that basically, since Kanye West has like he's had shoes for a couple years now. Now that he's on Adidas and Adidas, his shoes are just selling like hotcakes. He figures that fuck it. I mean, he's so hyped now, he's so good, and he's selling so much shoes that he surpassed Jordan.
Yeah.
Jordans in general. And so what me and Chris want to discuss is what our thoughts on that, whether we think that's true or not.
Yeah.
And I don't know, just go a little bit in detail about that shit. So where exactly did Kanye West say this?
So he actually released a song about a week ago. I believe it was about a week ago. It's called Facts, as a matter of fact.
Facts.
Yeah, it's called Facts in all capital letters. You're not gonna find Lois.
Oh,
Facts,
bro.
all capital letters. That's
Okay.
what it's called.
All right.
And he pretty much in a song in one of the verses he said Yeezy jumped over Jumpman. He said it multiple times.
Okay.
And in that most of the song is pretty much a shot at Nike. You know what I mean? Saying that he treats their employees like shit, and the only reason that they're really even competing with him is because they just signed LeBron to a lifetime deal.
Okay.
And it's been all.
Yeah.
Everybody's really talking about what he really means by that, and whether it was shade thrown at LeBron James.
Really?
And it's just a really big, argument that everybody's having. Like, did the Yeezys really jump over the Jumpman? And you know what I mean? And it's funny because it's one of those things where it really depends on how you look at it. You know what I mean? Like, if you want to go by sales, actually Nike's sales went up this year by 17%.
2015?
Yeah, 2015.
Okay.
Adidas sales actually went down 7%.
Damn.
So as far as footwear goes.
Okay.
So as far as sales go, you can't really say that, Kanye. So
yeah.
I don't know about that.
And Jordan brand is still kind of like connected to Nike as well.
Yeah.
Right? Okay.
Jordan is still under the Nike brand.
Okay.
It's kind of like its own thing, but it's still under the same umbrella of Nike, more or less.
Interesting. And so when I was still in the kicks, I guess when I kind of faded away out of kicks.
Right.
Kanye West had two shoes. He had his first Nikes.
The Air Yeezy ones.
Exactly.
And then the Air Yeezy
And so,
twos, yeah.
okay. Now, after that, I don't know too much about. Apparently, what you've told me
Yeah,
is
so-
that he got signed to Adidas.
Yeah, so after he signed to Adidas, the reason he went to Adidas in the first place, which I'm sure most of you guys know, was because Nike didn't want to, pay him royalties for pretty much all the shoes that they were selling. He felt he was getting dicked out of his money, more or less. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And Adidas offered him obviously a better deal. I'm not sure of the number, to be honest with you, but they obviously offered him a better deal for him to go from Nike to Adidas.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And ironically enough, Nike actually ended up releasing the Red Octobers after I think it was right after he switched over to Adidas.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, kind of like a slap in the face, more or less. Like, fuck you, we're still gonna release this shit. But anyways, so yeah, and after that, he went on to release I think the first one was a 750 boost, and then the 350 boost, and then the Yeezy boot. I think it's like a dunk boot or something. I'm not really sure.
Yeah.
Now one of the things that's kind of crazy to me is, the Nike shoe itself was already at a high price, $250.
Yeah.
Pretty high price.
True.
Especially at the time it came out. You know what I mean? There wasn't too many shoes that
And
passed.
you couldn't even find them either.
Exactly. They were incredibly hard to get. Now the cheaper Yeezy, I believe, is $200, and the 750 boost is $350. I believe is the retail, and the boot itself I think is $550.
And they sold out?
Oh, of course, they're nowhere to be
Who
found.
the fuck is buying this shit?
No,
dude?
but worst of all, the resale value is ridiculous. You know what I mean? The one for the $200 pair, which is the 350s, they go for about an average of $1,000.
God damn!
For a pair that really look like Nike Roches, if you ask me, which is a $75 Nike shoe.
Are you serious?
It's a $75 Nike shoe with Yeezy on it.
Damn.
That's my opinion.
Okay.
Then you have the 350 boost, which is going, especially the last pair that just came out, which is an all black pair, which I personally like.
Okay.
But I'm not gonna be paying the resale value.
Yeah.
Because I'm not rich.
Yeah.
Somewhere of about $1,500 to $1,800. in resale value. So you can only imagine the frenzy that's going on all over Instagram, eBay, things like that.
And dude,
so and you can arguably say this is where Kanye is getting this whole idea of the Yeezy jumped over Jumpman, because nobody's really paying almost $2,000 for most pair of Jordans. You know what I mean? True. Like, there's a couple pair of Jordans out there, a couple rare ones that, you know, they're worth that much money. But for the most part, most Jordans, you know, especially now, you know, with the last couple releases with the Maroon 6s, you know, the Aqua 8s, the Chrome 8s. They're
not selling out?
They're not selling out. You can probably catch a couple of those past releases still sitting on shelves. So it's kind of looking a little bit bad. But here's the thing. Nike is mass producing these way more than the Yeezys. You know what I mean? Like, that's the reason why Yeezys are selling out so fast, is because, you know, let's be honest, they're not making that many of them. You know, which is the reason why the resale value is so high.
Gotcha.
Now, you know, it's funny because one of the things that people were arguing, at least in the past couple months, maybe years or so, was that Nike wasn't making enough product, pretty much, that shoes were selling out. People who wanted shoes. And now that they're sitting on shelves, it's kind of like you really can't win if you're Nike. You know? You're either making too little or you're making too much. You know
you just can't please everybody, man.
Exactly.
That's the way it is.
But yeah, definitely. So it really all, you know, back to the Yeezy jumped over Jumpman. It really all depends on how you look at it. I'd say as far as the hype goes, maybe, you know, Yeezy might have jumped over Jumpman, but let's be honest, you know, Nike isn't really concerned about that. You know?
No,
Nike's a multi-billion-dollar corporation. They got, you know, LeBron James. They still got Kobe for one more year. Kevin Durant, young Kyrie Irving, who's just released his second shoe. You know, and from what I understand, they're selling pretty good. And a lot of what people don't understand is they target these shoes towards, you know, younger kids. And you know, a lot of people, they idolize, you know, players like Kevin Durant and, you know, Kyrie Irving, a lot of young guys in the league. So I definitely don't think Nike's concerned at all over, you know what I mean? But
so you don't agree with that fact that Kanye West said?
No, I mean, and here's the thing, you know. Also, another thing that Kanye said before, when he first initially signed to Adidas, was that he was gonna make sure that eventually everybody who wanted a pair of Yeezys got one. And so far, Kanye, you're fucking up.
You didn't fucking do it, dude.
Yeah, you know what I mean. So it's now, however, I feel like, according to a lot of talk and, you know, on the internet, eventually that is gonna happen. Supposedly, one of the retail stores, I'm not sure which one, they didn't exactly say, but they said how much that their shipment is actually gonna, I think, double or triple in size. So Adidas is starting to make more shoes. I'm guessing they wanted to see. I'm guessing the reason why they released this amount of shoes is to see how much it would sell, and, you know, just to test the waters out, more or less. But I feel like, personally, eventually, myself included, everybody who does want a Yeezy may not get it as easy. It might be kind of like a Nike release where you kind of got to be on your shit to get it. But it's not going to be completely impossible to get a Yeezy like it is now. Because let's face it, you know, unless you have a connect somewhere or, you know, one of the bots that, you know, pretty much add the shoe to your cart by itself, it's almost impossible. Like, I remember, I think when the first Yeezy first came out, I tried getting it, and I bullshit you not, I think it released at 12, and I had to be at work at 2 that day. And I was in line, supposedly, according to Adidas.com, for about 2 hours, and I ended up being late to work, and I didn't get the shoe, obviously.
Are you serious?
Yeah, so
that's bullshit, dude. So I remember the first two Yeezys, right? The first ones, they were alright. I didn't fuck with the colorways, except maybe the black ones, right?
The black ones were good.
And then the second ones are actually alright.
Actually, you know what? The second ones, to me, I think are the best Yeezy shoe that's came out. So
and so they look pretty good. And then when you showed me this new ones from Adidas, I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, and here's the thing.
Fucking ugly.
And here's the thing. Personally, in my opinion, I feel like the Nike shoe was more of a, you know, possibly sport type of shoe. You know, more of athletic kind of wear. You know, ever since Kanye, you know, he came out and he said he wanted to join the fashion industry. So his latest shoes are more like a high end. It's more like a high end shoe. You know what I mean? You can compare a lot of these shoes to a lot of, like, you know, high end, you know, kind of like type of shoes. Not so much dress shoes, but just high fashion and, like, you know, Balenciaga shoes or whatever. You know, a lot of you know, those crazy super expensive shoes, you know what I mean? So he kind of wanted to fit in the fashion world. I feel like that's why he kind of took this approach to it, which is kind of and ironically enough, you know, they asked him, you know, how do you feel about your shoe? You know, is it still an athletic shoe? He says, oh yeah, definitely. I think people should be playing basketball in them and everything. And I'm like, hell fucking no. I don't want to fucking break my ankles and them shits, you know what I mean?
No, man.
But yeah, definitely. Yeah, he definitely took a different approach. I feel like Adidas is giving him a little bit more, you know, leeway there as far as creative, you know, freedom goes. But yeah,
that's what's up, man. And me personally, I don't agree with what he said, because I mean, we've talked about this before.
Right.
Jordan Brand has been selling shoes for 30 years.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? And for a guy to come out that's been having shoes for what, 7 years?
Yeah, about 7. Yeah, maybe 7 years.
7 years, and all of a sudden he's outselling a couple here there. You know, it doesn't make sense. You know what I mean? I mean, Jordans have been selling out for decades.
Yeah.
People still rock them, and they're still rocking older models.
Exactly.
You know, and these prices are ridiculous. Like Jordan was like the first $100 sneaker, and people were going crazy, man. And, but I don't know. I mean, that's how I feel about it. And I think his new shoes are fucking ugly as shit, dude. I would never wear those shoes, but like that's my opinion. But yeah, anything else?
I mean, you know, we really, you know, want to hear you guys' opinion. What do you feel? Did the Yeezy jump over the Jumpman? Is it about the hype? Is it about the fact that they're not making as much Yeezy as they are Jordans? We want to hear your opinion. Like he said, he thinks hell no, no way in hell.
No.
I think maybe somewhat in some cases, yes and no. The hype, I'd say the Yeezy is. He's tiptoeing over the Jumpman just a little bit.
He's just hot right now.
Yeah,
now.
It's definitely the hype was definitely, if anything.
Yeah.
You know, he jumped over the Jumpman. But as far as the shoes itself, the quality of the shoes, just the overall look of the shoe, I don't think he's close to that, to be honest.
That's what's up. Well, that's it, guys. System Psycho, Chris signing off. Once again, like, share, subscribe. Continue to watch all our videos. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram. We'll leave links to our Instagrams or Twitters or whatever we have down in the description down below. And again, guys, appreciate you watching. Peace out.